Okay, I haven't seen no reviews on this, so I figured I'd make one. I was looking for a robot lawnmower. I have the Besmo, the T100. It's not great. And I want to throw in there too, I am not an expert YouTuber, so this is going to be a raw, uncut video, just as it is. I have the Besmo T100. It cut my yard last summer. RTK has you gotta go with LiDAR. That's the first thing I'll say. I would get rid of all of these RTK versions. They are just a pain. So I picked this one up, okay? I don't want to ramble on. Greenworks, the C20. No videos of it. Go look them up. It says it's got mowing at night, 3D camera, perimeter free and all that stuff. Cutting height, which I did like the cutting height. It was 0.8 to, I don't want to lie, 0.8 to I think 3.2. It was a good cutting height. It says it maintains up to a half acre. No, it doesn't. It's just your standard front wheel drive caster, wheel in the back. You can adjust it. It's so new that a lot of the stuff in the app is locked. It's very, very strange. It was very easy to set up compared to the Besmo. The Besmo was a nightmare. I went through 3 of those before I finally got a good one. I've looked at Motion, I've looked at Limos, I've looked at all the companies, Navimo, all the companies you can think, Ecovacs, the Goat, all them. I settled on this one because it was at my local Walmart. They just started selling robots. They had this one, the Motion one, and another Motion one. And I didn't even know greenworks made robots. It, like I said, has a single cutting disc with 3 blades on it, like your standard little, I want to say budget friendly robots. It just didn't do it. I have a pretty big yard, and it's not like, it has some inclines. I'll be posting a few videos of it getting stuck. I've had it 2 days and it's got stuck easily, just today alone, 8 times. Yesterday was probably another 4. So it's got stuck over 10 times on just, you could go to a cheap place like Five and Below and buy a cheap little remote control car and drive through the holes this thing's getting stuck in. It's got wheels on it. It's pretty big. It's got good tread, but it just gets stuck. I don't understand it. The mow at night's not that great. Excuse me. It just doesn't. I don't know. It save your money. I paid, and by the way, I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Besmo. I'm not sponsored by Greenworks. I tried to get sponsored by Motion. They didn't. I'm not a mega YouTuber, so unfortunately, I'm trying to bring you honest content. I am average guy, buy stuff, test it. I'm not paid, to tell you something. So I would pass on this. I paid, it was almost $1,100 after taxes and all that. It does come with a 3-year warranty, which is okay. You did have a 90-day return, which I had to verify because it didn't show up on my receipt. So it was a little weird. I don't know, it was very strange. It says lift team, 56 pounds. It's not that heavy. The really good stuff we'll get to is I like the mowing height. Even though it would dig in, as you see here on the front, it's got like it pivots down. So I don't know if when it goes down a hill, the blades, when you put it on, 0.8, get stuck. or the front bumper right here has a very bad habit of catching as well, as you'll see in the videos. I didn't take no crazy long videos or nothing like that, so I'm just trying to sum it up. That was about the only positive thing I can say. It was the cutting height. I did like that, and it did cut pretty good. I did notice, and my grass is, I'm down here in the south, so my grass is pretty dead, but I had to test it. It did bog out a lot. On grass that was not that tall. So take it as you may. That's pretty much what I'm getting to on that. Everything else, you're not going to get nothing good out of me. Other than the RTK was easy to set up. The instructions are very weird. It comes with a low charger and a high charger. I called Greenworks. I spoke to a lady twice. She really couldn't give me a lot of information because this mower is so new. Again, it was pretty much like, I guess you could compare it to other mowers, like a 5 amp and a 10 amp charger. That's the best way I can compare it. You get a big charger and a small charger. One, I think, charges faster than the other, is what I got out of it. It was very confusing though, because it said that nowhere in the instructions. The instructions are horrible. It does not come with a mount for the side of your house. You have to buy that separately. Where? I have no clue. They don't even sell this on their website. Go figure. This is at Walmart. I have no clue. It's very strange. I know it seems like I'm all over the place, so just bear with me. It does go dock fine. The QR codes, it comes with multiple ones. If you can see them right there, right here, there's multiple ones on that box, which is weird. I don't know why there's multiple QR codes. I can't explain that. The battery was the big issue for me. It took almost 8 hours to cut. I mapped it today. My yard, I have about 20,000 feet if you count the house and all that stuff, but if you just do yardage, it was about 16 to 17,000. And it took almost 8 hours to cut. It cut 6,500 feet on my right side of my yard. It had to come back almost every 30 minutes to recharge. I mean, it charged pretty fast. I'll give it credit where credit's due, but it was painfully slow. I mean, at least with the Bestmo, you can adjust the speed and stuff like that. Again, not a great lawnmower. I just don't understand it. Like, especially with the technology they have out there right now. $1,100 I know might be budget to a lot of people, but that's a good chunk of change. I mean, for a company like Greenworks, I wasn't impressed. I would pass on this. I would not recommend this. I would go look at something like Navimo or Momotion or even Ecovacs. I'm not even a fan of Limo. I know people's going to give me a lot of hate for that, but I'm in a Limo group and I've seen nothing but nightmares out of that thing. But the battery was just horrible, dreadful. It took so long, and there's no way to adjust the speed of how fast it moves. Neither. You got one steady speed, slow as a turtle. It has this weird auto cutting pattern. I think if it goes back and cuts again, it might cut a different direction. I really couldn't get a great answer out of that neither. But to sum it up, it's not great at night mowing. It's not great at hills. It gets stuck literally on the most easiest stuff I've never seen something get stuck on. It's just not a great robot lawnmower. Pass, go to something else. Save your money. You can put a couple $100 with it and go on eBay and get a Momotion Mini that would probably be 3 times better than this thing. All-wheel drive and all that. Again, I'm not promoting them. I'm not paid for none of this. If you'd like me to do a review on the Bestmo, let me know. I'll give you my opinions on it. But this thing's going back. I will not cut my yard no more with this. Matter of fact, I just tried to cut my backyard. One little tree out there, it does have if you look back here, it does have where it turns different colors. If it's blue, you got good signal. If it's yellow or orange looking, you're losing signal. And it was just flashing orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue in my backyard. And I'm not even 100 feet from my station. And my Wi-Fi, I mean, is right in the house. But overall, pass. Would not recommend this. If y'all would like to see any more content, let me know. I can put it out talking about it. I study these all the time. Same thing with robot vacuums. A little bit in ultrasonic. I've owned about every robot vacuum you could think of. That's what got me into robot lawnmowers. But it's a hard pass. I would not save your $1,100 and put it towards something else. And yeah, I will be posting videos of it running very briefly. Like I said, there's 3 of them. I do not know how to mash them together, so there will be 3 different videos. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not an expert at this. Maybe down the road I'll put more time into it, but I'm just not into YouTube. I'm a simple person. I don't know how to run and cut videos and all that stuff. But yeah, that's my review of the Greenworks C20. I would highly pass on it.